1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to my video today. If you are seeing this, that means you're watching my very first conspiracy theory video. So I did tell you guys a few days ago that, well, if you're seeing this in the future, it wasn't a few days ago, but that I was going to be starting up doing newer content, different content, not just parenting content. I was going to do something that is more pertaining to my likes. First thing I want to start off by saying also, none of my conspiracy theories in any of my videos are intended to hurt any individual, business, group of people, anybody. They're just theories. They are not of my own. They are theories that have been around for a while, or I stumbled across them and just thought they were interesting and I thought I would share them, but I am not trying to hurt anybody, so keep that in mind. Now, as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be all about iPhone and Google conspiracies. So if there is a Google or iPhone conspiracy that I do not happen to mention that you feel really passionate about or freaked out about, go ahead and DM me at my Instagram. But let's go ahead and get started with iPhone conspiracies. Many of you, I'm pretty sure way more than not, you guys all have an iPhone. There's a lot of creepy stuff that goes on the iPhone. If you guys have had one for a while, you may tend to hear about these certain things on the news. You may come across something. You may stumble upon it yourself while you're on your iPhone. And none of these are really, super duper creepy, but they're creepy enough to make you wonder why. So I have talked to a lot of people recently, asking questions, asking their own personal experiences, asking if they have had any kind of instance where they were utterly creeped out by their iPhone. And yeah, I've gotten a lot of responses back. A lot of them are the same thing, and it's that they will be, let's say, talking about some kind of topic a lot, not typing it into their phone, not typing it in like a text message, just talking about it in just like I'm talking about it right now. And then it pops up 100 ads on their Facebook or anything that has an ad, Instagram too, and it pertains to what their conversation was about. So, I'm not going to say the person's name because they have asked me not to, and I'm going to respect that. But one girl that I do know told me that when she was pregnant, she hadn't searched on any device, only talked over the phone or in person about it. And all of a sudden, she was seeing ads about pregnancy everywhere. So, I mean, there you go. There's just one example. A lot of people, and myself even, have had instances where I'm talking about something and all of a sudden it's just popping up like wildfire all over my iPhone. That's just one of my little mini conspiracies on the iPhone, and that's that it's listening to you at all times. So another little fact about an iPhone that I don't really know why it happens. So if you go to your pictures and you go over to search, you can type in, see I'm showing you here, you can go ahead and type in, let's see, I'm going to type in G. and it pops up categories. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's kind of too bright. Let me try to turn my brightness down. So it pops up categories and it looks at what's in your photos. And so this one right here, it says grown up. It says grown up, and it has photos of me, my husband, and all adults that I've ever had in one of my photos. There was a thing way back, I don't remember when, but people were freaking out because they were noticing in that section it was tagging if it saw your bra strap or whatever, and it had like brassieres or something like that, and if you clicked on it, it just had every photo that you've ever taken that shows your bra strap or something. And it still does this, by the way. It still does this. My question is, why? Why do we need that much personalization in searching for our photos? What's freaky about it is that your iPhone is recognizing every detail in your photo, and just how does it know? That's what's freaking scary about it. So you can go ahead and try that out for yourself. It's still doing that on your iPhone, and it's a little uneasy. My last little bit with the iPhone is that it knows every address that you have ever taken a photo at, and I get it. It's kind of interesting to look back yourself. You can go to places under albums and it will show you where all your photos have been taken. Now, I understand this is kind of a cool feature because you can see where all these photos have been taken at, but this is where it's kind of scary. Now, if you have an iPhone and you send a photo of your child or your dog or anything to somebody else, and they have an iPhone, and they save your photo, it's going to pop up on places also. So, let's say I send a photo of my child or me or just anything, my house, whatever, and I send it to someone who has an iPhone, and that's not the person's correct number anymore, and they save it, they now have my address, which is really scary. Why this feature exists, I get it. I get that it can be kind of cool, but why does the places apply when you're sending it to somebody else? That's where I kind of draw the line of privacy. It kind of invades that. I've tested this out very many times with people sending me photos of who knows what, food for instance, and it'll full on give me the address of the restaurant it was taken at. Not the location that you sent the picture at, but where the photo was taken. Exactly the location that it was taken at. So if you are a parent, please be careful, mindful. Remember that it will send the location as well. Those are my iPhone conspiracies, so let's go ahead and move on over to the Google conspiracies. This one is not a very popular conspiracy at all. It's actually fairly recent of a finding, and it's really terrifying. There is this site on Google called Google Translate. If you have ever used it, you will know what I'm talking about. It is a really cool site where you can take a foreign sentence or whatever word, and you can translate it into your language or vice versa. You can do whatever you want. You could translate any language into another language. While this is very helpful, there are some glitches or something further going on with Google Translate. Now, I tested this out by myself, my own, and just to make sure that it was legitimate, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some screenshots of this. I'm going to pop those in here every once in a while, but I will also be showing you them on my phone just like that, and just so you guys can see what I'm talking about while I'm talking about it. I don't have the greatest editing skills yet or software. I'm gonna try to make do as best as I can. If you go to Google Translate and you select the language Somali to translate into English, you can get some very interesting replies. Now, this is how it's going to work. You have to type in a sentence like that would be this sentence, but you have to type it in like this. So you have to make it 2 letters at a time and then a space, and you're doing your sentence, but it's gonna be like a space after every 2 letters. If there happens to be 3 letters left over, then you can add those 3 letters together, and that's how it would work. So when you type that in, it will give you a sentence back. Now, not all sentences work. I have been watching some videos where people did try this out themselves, and you know, a lot of the sentences worked for them, but when I tried it, not all of them worked. So I did get my own responses back from this, and they're really creepy. One question that I asked, and for some reason I was typing it in, and I was doing hello, how are you? And this is going to be probably reversed, I'm not sure. So hello, how are you? But I forgot to put the U at the end, and the response that it gave me, which you've probably already seen, was he wants to die. What? Another one that I did was, and I had seen this from people writing this one. I just wanted to test this one out, and it's pretty bad. I would never say this to someone, but kill yourself. People were saying to try that one out. So I tried it out, and this is the response that I got. That is, if you want to. Ew. So another one that I did was, can you tell me your name? And this is the response that I got. Let me be on your side. Now, I don't know how that has anything to do with can you tell me your name? But it was one that I did get a response to instead of a bunch of mumbo jumbo words jumbled up. So that was a little weird. So the next one that I asked was, do you know who I am? And they said, do not worry about me. I was like, okay. So then I started asking them more questions, trying to get as many answers as I possibly could. And I said, are you real? And this is where it started to kind of freak me out. And they said, take a look. Ew. Another one that I asked was, can you see me? And they said, let it work. I don't know what that has to do with that, but it was another response, like I said. I said, can I contact you? And they said, please contact us. Please contact us. But I don't know your email. So then I said, what's your number? And they said, give me your name. No! Those were the little Google Translate with Somali thing. But it does not end there, you guys. Now, my last conspiracy is one that is really scary. A little eerie, I should say. But It has to do with Google Translate also. And I did test this one out myself. I did not find that it worked, but it may have been fixed since then. So, there was a time when people were typing in the word dog 19 times. Some sites say 18, some say 19. And they would get a very biblical cryptic response. They were translating from Maori to English, and they would be getting the response, and this is a numerous amount of times. This isn't just one person saying this. A lot of people said that this happened. It would come back, doomsday clock is 3 minutes at 12. We are experiencing characters and a dramatic development in the world, which indicates that we are increasingly approaching the end times and Jesus's return. I am Christian, and a lot of us, we believe that Jesus' return is right around the corner. When that is, we don't know. But this is really eerie to hear, especially from Google Translate. Especially if all the person was typing in was dog 18 or 19 times. So why would they be getting that response? A site called Motherboard had asked Google why these cryptic responses were coming back, like somebody was saying a nonsense word a million times and getting a legitimate cryptic biblical message back. Why was it happening? Why was it happening? And basically, all that Google had to say was, let me go ahead and pull that up. This is according to Motherboard, by the way. Google has told Motherboard this isn't the case, and that it's not simply a function of inputting nonsense into the system to which nonsense is generated. Meaning, you put nonsense in, you're gonna get nonsense back. But why are they all of biblical meaning? Now, this isn't the first response, doing dog, 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 dog a million times, getting a biblical response. That's not the first one. There are many more. And one of them, let's see, another one is if you type in the word ag, A-G, a few times, depending on how many times you write it in, you will get a response back. I have not tested this one out, but I did test out the dog one and it did not work. So I'm not sure if it's just not working anymore, like Google fixed it or what. But anyways, people were getting biblical responses back, and this was to ag. So here's all the ags, and here's the responses that they got. So one of them said, as the name of the Lord was written in the Hebrew language, it was written in the language of the Hebrew nation. Second one is, and its length was 100 cubits at one end. Now the last one was, as a result, the total number of members in the tribe of the sons of Gershon, I don't know if I'm saying that right, was 150,000. So these are all of biblical meaning. Now, for those of you who do not know what I just said, cubits are an ancient measuring system, just like what Noah used to measure the ark and what they used to measure things around that era. That's why the cubits one that I just told you was kind of falling in line with the biblical type of line. Now, with the tribe one, I do not know how to describe that one because I just simply don't know what that is. I tried doing a little bit of research on it. Wasn't able to find exactly what that one was about. So if you do know what that one is about, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. According to the site, it had biblical meaning. So yeah, so those are my weird little conspiracies on iPhone and Google Translate. If you have any suggestions for my next conspiracy theory video, or if you would like to see a paranormal style video, or maybe you want a personal story of mine, I have seen a lot of creepy things in my past. I still do see scary things. I'm kind of interesting. I grew up seeing some very scary things constantly and have gone through a few scary situations in my past. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and let me know. Eventually I'll be doing that anyway, but I don't know what video to do next when it comes to my Curious series. And all my conspiracy, paranormal, hauntings, oddities, weirdness, all that spooky stuff is all going to be in my Curious series. I am still going to be doing mom vlogging, just day in life vlogging, parenting advice. So go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe if you have not, and be sure to turn your notifications on so you do not miss any more or any of my Curious series or any of my mom videos. So I got the best of both worlds on this channel. So go ahead and do that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay curious.